Hello everyone, and welcome back to Matterhorn. I came across a Digital Spy article about the Elder Scrolls 6 that is purely speculative, but floated the idea that building, either houses or even whole towns, could be a big part of the upcoming Elder Scrolls game. This seems to be something that they are strictly assuming or hoping for, but nonetheless, it is intriguing to think about. I won't lie, I quite enjoyed the Hearthfire addition to Skyrim. I even somewhat enjoyed base building in Fallout 4. What I didn't enjoy was defending my bases all the time, especially when I had already set up defenses and had settlers living there that could, or should, have been able to easily defend it by themselves. But I digress. The idea that you'll be able to find a plot of land, purchase it, and build a house or town of some kind actually seems like a logical inclusion to the game. As DLC in Skyrim, and part of the base game in Fallout 4, with an even bigger emphasis in Fallout 76, I can see how all the fine-tuning Bethesda is doing with building could pay off in the Elder Scrolls 6. It even makes sense. Bases in Fallout 4 and 76 can serve a variety of purposes, but they do add an interesting gameplay loop for those of us who enjoy exploring and collecting items throughout the game world. They provide a purpose for all of the junk Bethesda places everywhere to make the world feel more alive. Prior to the DLC, I had collected a ton of ore and other materials in Skyrim that, after a while, simply didn't serve any purpose. Once Hearthfire was released, I spent dozens of additional hours building my house and upgrading the various rooms with all kinds of interesting things. I especially liked the options within the house that would allow me to decide to build a trophy room, or a library, or a cellar, the list goes on. I can imagine Bethesda taking this to the next level in the Elder Scrolls 6. I'd like to see far more customization available with the types of homes you can build, but also what you can place inside of them. Bethesda has continued to refine the building portion of Fallout 76 to the point that most of the kinks associated with this type of feature should be worked out well in advance of incorporating it into the Elder Scrolls 6. Another interesting addition would be the ability to build towns or at least small settlements. Throughout your travels, you can attract and recruit companions. One of the things I wished for in Skyrim was the option to have these companions or followers reside in a central location so that depending on the quest I was about to undertake, I could decide on the companion that should accompany me. I could imagine building a small outpost of several buildings, with trading, farming, or mining as a central source of income. As I came across new followers in the game world, there would be an option to invite them to live in my town. I'd love the ability to create my house and then additional places for others to live. Of course, this would take a long time to complete as you scavenged or bought materials throughout the land, but eventually being able to have a town, complete with a tavern or inn, shops, and homes for my recruited companions to live in, would make for a great experience. Almost like Tarrytown from Zelda Breath of the Wild, just without all the wood collecting. I think one of the reasons I enjoyed building in both Skyrim and Fallout 4 was that it allowed for a big change of pace from all of the other things I was routinely doing in the game. I love wandering the land, exploring, and completing quests, but I also like to sit back and relax sometimes, but still within the game world. After completing a few major quests, sometimes it was nice to return to my settlement in Fallout 4 or my house in Skyrim and spend a few hours arranging my books, crafting new buildings or armor, or any of the other numerous items or activities possible. Especially in Fallout, where all of the junk you'd been collecting throughout the wasteland finally had a real purpose. Now, I know that this is not for everyone. For that reason, I think Bethesda still needs to allow for you to purchase homes that are already built in cities, just as in Skyrim. I still have an affinity for my starter home in Whiterun. I remember what I called moving day, when I finally decided to clear everything out of all of my homes throughout Skyrim and move them into my newly built Lakeview Manor. It was sad, but I had moved up in the world and it was time to inhabit my newly acquired estate, overlooking a pristine lake. The Digital Spy article that sparked this video also talks about how Bethesda could incorporate some kind of Minecraft-like experience in the Elder Scrolls 6. I don't think that this is at all likely, nor even really possible. Minecraft works because it is built around blocks. That said, the overarching point that building in games has changed tremendously since Hearthfire and Skyrim is obviously true. I think Bethesda has done a good job with the Fallout building features, though finicky as they may be. Fallout 76's is already a lot more robust and easy to build what you want than it was in Fallout 4. Though I must say, it still has a long way to go, but I think many of the restrictions we see are a result of engine limitations more so than anything else. We still have several years at a minimum before the Elder Scrolls 6 releases, so Bethesda has plenty of time to perfect this feature, should it be included, and I absolutely think that it should. I had a great time with it both in Skyrim and Fallout, so I'm hoping we see the ability to build again, just bigger and better this time. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. As always, thank you so much for watching.